Hey, it's Jason Saccomono with Saccomono Academics. I want to describe our Sacco workshop program for AP Physics, one AP Chemistry, and AP Statistics. So, um, many of you have taken a Sacco program before in either math or science, and these differ a little bit. We call them workshops because the lesson structure is a little bit more flexible for these classes. They require a little bit more flexibility because of the nature of the program in the class. So I just want to go through the structure of the lesson for these so that those of you who have taken a class know the structure. And those of you who are signing up for the first time, you should know the structure too. So what the basic program looks like is there will be a set time once weekly where the instructor leads a class. Now, the exact look of this class will be a little bit flexible. Sometimes the instructor will know ahead of time exactly what the material that you need to know for that week is, and they'll have a set lesson plan. Other times, they'll want to just take a few minutes at the beginning and look through the homework. For these classes, generally we know what the homework looks like, but maybe at the beginning we'll say, let's double check we know what the homework is for this week. And then we're going to go through and survey it, say, okay, there's these types of questions, these types of questions, these types of questions. How are you guys feeling about these? Which ones would you like to go over? And then after a brief discussion at the beginning, then we're going to go over those and we're going to construct what you're used to, a really carefully kind of good explanation, because these guys are really good experts in physics and chemistry and statistics in terms of what you need to know. For statistics in particular, sometimes the teachers are a little bit off kilter in terms of the topics. So Tony has pre-recorded all of the topics, and he might split the group up and have one group watch one lesson and one group watch the other, but then switch off in terms of working on with students one-on-one while the other group is just proceeding through the lesson. So we might do it that way with statistics. So these will be a little bit more flexible depending on what the needs of the group are during each of those weeks. Then there's going to be practice exams. You're used to seeing this. For each major exam, we'll do a practice exam, and your instructor is going to prepare an exam, which will be his best guess based on your interactions and what's been in the homework and what you guys tell him has been going on in class, what the teacher is going to test you on. So they're going to put together a good practice exam, got an answer guide. You guys are going to try it. You're going to go over the answers and then make sure that you can solve all of those problems prior to the test so you can catch your mistakes and you can gain mastery of that material before the real exam, which is the one that's really going to count. So that's that. There's going to be online access. So for the lecture parts of the lessons, where the teacher's explaining homework or other lesson problems, we're going to record those and we're going to post them on the site. So if you miss a lesson, you can access that at a later time, either by coming in and watching it in our office with instructors there to support you if you have a question, or watching it at home on your free time. Okay. Then the practice tests, we're going to have those available as well, posted on the site, along with the answer guides that go with them, with details in terms of how to solve all of the problems, so that after you try it on your own, if you did make a mistake, you can go through that answer guide and see exactly where you went wrong and be clear before you take the real exam. If you can't make a lesson, again, there's that online resource that you can see all of the materials online, but then there's also office hours, Monday through Thursday, 3:45 to 7:45 p.m. And that's Monday through Thursday, 3:45 to 7:45 during our normal schedule. Remember, we follow the Cherry Creek High School schedule. So if there's holidays or breaks, we follow that schedule. If there's school on a given day, we have tutoring the day before. If there's no school, we adjust our tutoring schedule and we schedule extra lessons if needed. I also wanted to mention that once a week time that we meet will be supplemented if there isn't time to do the lesson and the practice tests. So often we'll schedule that practice test session, again, a little bit more flexibility based on when teachers are scheduling tests. Sometimes it works out that we can fit it in at the normal scheduled time. Sometimes we need an extra session and we'll schedule that. So that is how we work the program. It's a little bit more flexible. These are generally smaller groups, so we have a little bit more flexibility with them. We're a little bit more informal with them. We do have a lower price point for these as well. So that is my initial introduction, but sometimes you have more questions. So feel free to email, call. We can set up an in-person meeting if you have follow-up questions. And we hope to see you at Sacramento Academics real soon. Thanks for listening.